It's Rebecca Happy here, and I'm here today with Joelle Norwood, a 30-year veteran of the TV producing industry, and she's going to tell us her secret tips that she told all the guests who've gone through her show and shows over the years on how to present yourself in front of camera, what to wear, what not to wear, where to look, how to position yourself. So Joelle's the queen, and welcome. Thanks a lot so much for coming to share your information, Joelle.
Thanks, Rebecca. I am here to tell all of you out there that number one, the airwaves used to be closed to everybody, and now they're open to everybody. So each and every one of you can be a broadcaster. You just need to get yourself ready to put yourself on camera. But now that the airwaves are open via Facebook and Google Plus and YouTube, you can broadcast your message to the world.
Yeah, and so we're getting ready to do a video shoot with a number of business owners, and some of them are worried about, what to wear or how they should have their makeup or not. And, they're nervous about being in front of the camera. So can you give us some of the tips that you would be giving people who are in that position?
Sure. The first thing you have to remember before you put yourself on camera is the 7 Ps of production. And I'm going to say it might offend some of you, but it's really, really true. The 7 Ps are piss poor pre-production equals piss poor production. And what does that mean? That means that if you want to go and be on camera and broadcast your message, you need to get ready. You need to get ready in many different parts of television production. Number one, you need to know what's your message. What is it that you want to tell people? Number two, what are you going to look like? Because if you're a chef, wearing a chef hat and being in a kitchen is perfectly okay. But if you're a lawyer and you're wearing a chef hat, it's not okay. Number three is, how are you going to present yourself? What's your body language? Because people are looking at you not just as to what you're wearing and what the words are coming out of your mouth, but what are the gestures that you're going to be portraying out there. And number three is your message short, concise, and clear? So you're not rambling. You're not like, wah, 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 and then people don't follow what you're trying to say. So number one is get your message ready. What is it that you want to tell people? And understand that you need a beginning, a middle, and an end to each one of your statements or what you're going to say. So that's number one, is like, write it down. I mean, figure out your script. What is it that you want to tell people about your business, about what services you offer, and why you're unique and why they should come to you. So that's number one, Rebecca, is to really get your message ready. And practice. There's a couple of ways that you can practice. One of them is...
I'm just going to interrupt you there.
Sure.
To clarify a little bit on getting ready. Because we're starting off with just very simple question and answer videos. So each video will be one question with one answer. So for example, Joelle, if you were going to do some videos to talk about your media business in Bethesda, and what are sort of the 5 main questions that someone might be asking you about what you do? So, Joelle, what does it mean, when you're working with people to be found online?
So I would answer it with, again, a beginning, a middle, and an end to my statement. So I might start off with something like, at the Media Mama agency, we work with people to get them camera ready and get their messages ready online so that they can portray themselves on video and share their products and services with the world.
Perfect. Okay, now you can go to the next point you were going to give us.
So the next point is, what is that person going to wear on camera? So what you want to do is to practice, and one of the ways that you can practice is, one is in front of a mirror, the old-fashioned way, or in front of an audience, the old-fashioned way. But there's a couple of newfangled ways that you can practice. Number one is you can take your iPhone and you can switch it so that it's actually filming you, or you could actually go on YouTube, and there's a camera on YouTube. If you have a Mac, you can go to iMovie or photo booth, and you can actually record yourself so you can see, what do I look like on camera? So is my outfit appropriate? Does my makeup look good? Because a lot of what you're saying to people in your body language and in your outfit is also portraying and showing people about your business, not just the words that you're saying.
Well, thank you. So if you were going to do like we're going to do some people have requested to do sort of an interview, though it's just going to be, they're going to be answering the question, and maybe I'll post them the question, but I'm not going to be heard or seen on video. I'm going to say, hey, Joelle, you know, how can you help me build my business? I'm not quite sure what the questions are. It could be plumbing, like how do I find the best plumber in my neighborhood? And you're the plumber and you're going to answer. Or what does your plumbing company offer that the next door neighbor doesn't? You know? And then
Well,
you're gonna talk to me now as if someone's speaking to you. And so how would they practice that in front of a mirror?
so in front of a mirror, I might, or maybe working with another person would be easier for somebody who's so brand new at it. So somebody would be asking me the questions and I would be answering. So it's like if they would say, tell us about your plumbing business, I would start off with maybe, I've been in business for the last 20 years in the Bethesda, Maryland area. We offer plumbing services, everything from commercial services to residential. So if you have a leak, or if you need a new bathroom or new shower, please give us a call. We can help you.
Perfect.
So it's a short, concise way to answer.
And if they practice, the more they practice, and the less they're going to feel nervous when it finally comes to doing the video.
Most people are saying this to about 10 customers a day. So they are actually good at saying what they're saying, unless they're just people. But they're saying it, so they know it. It's the camera that freaks them out. And the camera is your friend. It's not that big a deal. It's just a customer out there, and you're just telling them what you do.
Okay, so what should people, I know that, we did some work together with another customer, a client at one point, and you had suggested sort of certain colors that you should never use and certain colors that are probably good to use in terms of the kind of clothing you would choose to wear for your video.
Sure. I mean, you want to look friendly, obviously. So if you're a dentist, you want to be in your dentist outfit. You don't want to look, you want to avoid things like t-shirts with bad sayings on them or things like that. I mean, you want to be appropriate as though you are actually presenting yourself to a real customer.
Okay, so there's no colors to avoid. You could essentially wear anything you want.
You want to avoid like ties that have busy patterns or jackets that have busy patterns because they make zebra stripes all over the video. You might not want to wear red because red is a little bit of an incendiary color. Maybe a nicer color would be a blue, but obviously it's to whatever looks good on you.
Okay, and in terms of for people who are extremely nervous, even if they've practiced and practiced and practiced and they know their business inside out, as soon as they know that they're talking to a camera, what do you tell them to do kind of to calm that nervousness?
Well, the first thing is to really practice, okay? Because, I mean, the only way to get to Carnegie Hall is to practice, practice, practice. So you will get better. And, it's like people say, oh, I want to be a broadcaster like so-and-so on TV. I want to be like Wolf Blitzer or Brian Williams or something like that. But trust me, these guys have been practicing for a long time. So they're really good at their craft. And you're going to try to do it in like 3 tries and you're like, oh, I'm going to go on camera and I'm going to be amazing. It takes time. It takes time to be comfortable in front of the camera. So give yourself a break, take time so that you feel comfortable. Number 2, breathe, breathe. And here's a couple of tips that I use with my clients. Have a warm cup of tea or water next to you. So maybe you take a sip before you actually answer a question. So you think about what is the question that's being asked to you, take a sip, gather your thoughts, and then answer it. Or take a breath. The other thing that I tell people is to keep a stone or some kind of like little object in their hands so that they can actually touch it before they answer a question. Because the worst thing you can do is just answer from the top of your head. That's not the way to answer a question. It's to put your thoughts together. So number 1 is to practice. Number 2 is to take a breath. And number 3 is to maybe drink a little water first before you actually answer.
Thank you. And what about makeup? And should people be wearing makeup, and should men and women both be wearing makeup? And what kind of makeup should people applying if they are going to be doing it?
I think that everybody out there should look the best that they can. So anything that enhances you, because the camera is going to be a little bit harsher on you, is the best thing that you can do for yourself. So I say yes on makeup. I say yes on makeup for men and for women. I'm not telling you to use stage makeup or to look like some dancing girl in Las Vegas, but I am telling you to apply some foundation and some powder so you don't look shiny. And I would even suggest that for some people, they actually get a makeup person to do their makeup for them so they look the best that they can. especially if you're in an industry like you're a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist or in that kind of industry, you want to look really, really good. You want to present yourself in a way that really shows off your business. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense to me. And what would you say about hair?
Same thing with hair. If you're going to have a big photo shoot or a big video shoot, go get your hair done. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily change your hairdo for that particular shoot. I wouldn't like, get a brand new look. So now I look so different. But yeah, get it done. Spend some money. Because if you're going to spend some money on getting a video shoot going on for your business, look the best that you can.
Well, thank you. That's it. We covered about all of it, like how to prepare, what to look like, how to breathe, how to engage the conversation through the camera. And is there anything else, or is that it?
I think the last thing is to be authentic and to really show your personality. You don't need to be a robot if you're going to be on camera. Really show who you are. It's okay. I mean, if you want to have a funny tagline at the end and say something, like, don't worry, we've been in the dentist's seat just like you are. Or if you want to kind of have your own personality type, play out, go ahead and do it. I mean, people want to see your personality. If that's who you are, do it. If it's not who you are, I don't mean put on a clown nose, but it's like I would say, let your personality shine through. That's what these videos are for. So that by the time I come into your store, your retail organization, your services like a lawyer, I get to know who you are, and then I feel comfortable. Because at this point in time, what people are saying is it takes about 8 times for you to touch me, whether it's in an email or video or something in the mail, before I actually do business with you. So be the best that you can, be authentic, and have a clear, concise message.
Okay, that's it. That's it for tips for being your best on camera, looking and speaking and talking. And thank you so much for joining us today, Joelle. And I hope you guys found this helpful, because I certainly think it's great information.
Okay, bye, Rebecca. Take care. See you next time.